Hi everyone and welcome to Rob Evans 365. We're here at the cheerleading and in a moment I'm going to play you one of the, well they're going to do it, one of the performances so you can hear how loud it is. So far we've seen two of the Starstruck teams. They're doing really well. So they're just announcing the next team, so I'm going to let it go so you can, oh, it's the Melbourne Cheer Academy. They're pretty cool. So let's take a listen to this. It's loud. There's, oh my goodness, there's about 20 kids on the mat right now. This is a big dance school. They're pretty good. Strap yourself in. Enjoy. Well, there you have it. There's an act for you. I'll give you an update a bit later. All right, so I'm back and we've had one result today and that's Amelia. So Amelia is like my stepdaughter and she competed for the first time today and she's in the junior level, so she's about to turn 9, I think. Yes, 9. And first competition, and they won. And what a great effort from them. It's really well done. I'm so proud of her. And Olivia has competed, and she did really well as well. Olivia did really well. We don't have her results yet, so I will give that to you a little bit later. But again, she did really well. The whole team did really well. So hopefully they'll, maybe get in the top 3. I don't know how many are in her division, but she did perform really well. So right now, what I'm doing is so we're waiting for the results to come out, and I'm just exploring MSAC, the Melbourne Sports and Aquatic Centre. And I love just watching different sports, listening to the coaches, watching the coaches, how they interact with the athletes, seeing what they're doing in terms of training, drills, and that kind of stuff. Because I just find it really, really interesting. And right now, I am walking in the pool area, and I'm just going to go where it's a little bit quieter behind the stadium seating. And it's so fantastic to watch them in action. Before we were watching some diving, and watching potentially the future Olympic divers, the future athletes. Well, they're athletes now, but famous ones of the future. And what I've just walked past right now has been a training school training sessions for a whole bunch of swimmers. It looks like it's run by the Victorian Institute of Sport, but and just running a whole bunch of different swimming drills and stuff for dozens and dozens of kids, which is really fascinating. And now I'm walking out into the outdoor pool, and what are they doing here? It is, oh no, what have they done there? Oh, they've maybe it's got the covers over it. They're doing some work on the pool outdoors, and then there's another pool over there. There are so many pools here. This is an incredible facility that they have here. It is really fantastic. So just as I was before I pressed record, I was walking through the table tennis and badminton area, and they kicked me out. I like to go places where you're not necessarily allowed to go. I find that it is so much easier to beg for forgiveness than ask for permission. It's easier to be in there and say, oh sorry, I didn't realise I was supposed to be in here, and I kind of knew I wasn't supposed to be, but I thought I wanted to be. So I went up and I was having a look, and I was watching these people do some table tennis drills, and fascinating. I've never seen the ball return so consistently and so effortlessly, so quickly. It was really quite impressive, and just watching the different things that they're doing and so forth. I guess I love what I do, and also enjoy just observing different sports and how how they're interacting. I love the different coaching styles, observing those, seeing how the kids are responding or adults are responding, the words they use, the certain drills that they do, how they coach with the mindset, and how they coach big groups, how they coach one-on-one, where you can see that, like the table tennis. That was a one-on-one session just now, and I just find it really, really interesting. So you've got current Olympians probably swimming in here that I don't know who they are, but this is the best facility in Melbourne, so you will have the world's best athletes training in this facility. And the diving was fascinating, watching the diving, because these are, I've never seen how they train people to dive, and just the different drills that they're doing. They're in there doing some more drills right now. I find it really interesting, just watching how they build from. These were teaching younger kids that obviously aren't jumping off 10-metre platforms and doing triple somersaults into the water at 60 kilometres an hour, but they're like sitting on the board, and then they're doing a fall off and pike into the water. I don't know, I'm using the wrong words, but really cool to see what they're doing, what the coach is doing. Mind you, I was showing the kids. I said, I'm short-sighted, so I said, Emmy, what's the coach doing down there? This was the swimming coach. She's getting the kids to go up and down, and she was on Instagram looking at food. So I'm not sure that she was completely engaged in what the kids were doing. But I see she's still going there now. She's giving them some drills. This almost looks like blooming synchronised swimming. Oh my goodness. I have no idea how they do that. Oh wow, so she's tapping. I don't know whether you can hear that. So they're underwater and she's tapping on something on the side of the pool, I think, so that she can, so that the kids underneath can know when to come back up. So yeah, so this must be all synchronised swimming. So they're all in the deep water pool, the diving pool, and just giving them different drills. So much respect for the synchronised swimmers. The ones that do it well are incredible. Are really incredible. Like the world's best. Normally the Russians, the Chinese, the Americans all do really great this sport. We were fortunate enough in the Sydney Olympics to be able to see them do it. Wow, so if I describe what they're doing right here, they are upside down in the pool, like straight as a pin. And what they're doing is they're going down so that their feet are just below the water, and then they come up, and then they go back down again. Well, they did that about 6 times, so they're holding their breath the whole time that they're doing that. Wow. That's impressive. That is impressive. I just got lost in that for a moment. Really impressive stuff. So in about 30 minutes, we're going to get an outcome from Liv's. Yeah, it is 30 minutes exactly. We're going to get an outcome from Liv's cheer today. And I was saying to Cherie that I don't know whether it's an age thing or not, but I get really emotional now for all the girls, not just the girls, but all the teams that do really well, and yeah, obviously you've got some part in some ownership in the particular teams or whatever. I just get really emotional when you watch them compete and they do well and stuff, and you kind of feel a bit embarrassed to show. You've got tears in your eyes. You're just really happy that they're performing well. The only thing that I can relate to is when I was the girls' age, the only thing I was good at was the bagpipes. So I would compete in that. It was very much an individual sport, so not a team sport. So there was no one else to celebrate with. You just had to say, oh wow, yeah, I'm really pleased with how I've went. And I'd look at the trophies in my room and I'd be chuffed that I'd won something because I worked so hard for it, which was really special. So it's great when you see the kids celebrate success at a young age. And this is interesting. If I extend a little bit further here, I found that because of my upbringing, not because of my upbringing, in the way that I grew up and being bullied and so forth, I found that I didn't have any self-confidence. And I can remember there was a stage when I was 11, 12, 13, and there were lots of other people around me that were winning things, that whether they be sports carnivals or whatever, and I was just never going to win anything there because I just wasn't good enough. And I can remember saying to myself, I really want to win a trophy. And for me at that time, it was about the winning of the trophy was something about, it had a deeper meaning to me, that I had something physical that showed that I stood for something and that I was good at something. And it's only a trophy, but that's how I seem to view it. And I think because the kids have had such great success from a young age, it's going to help them into the future. So I know that for me, it certainly helped me with my confidence as I moved forward, and knowing that, there were areas where I had skills, even though it might be a weird area to have a skill, I still had a skill, and that was important. So I do realise how important it is for the kids, and especially when, obviously we all want to see our kids do well, but where you see them put in so much hard work, consistently and constantly, then obviously for it to be rewarded for that success, I think is a fantastic gift for them. So, that Emily did really well last year. Liv's done well today, so I'm sure that they will be rewarded in some way today, if nothing else, knowing that they've done really well. So I think that's really cool. That's really cool. And it's not that winning is everything by any stretch of the imagination, because you've absolutely got to have fun. But I also think it's good to have a winning mindset, and not winning at all costs, but to, if you have that hunger to succeed, then you'll bring that to other areas of your life. And I guess a good example of that is a recent conversation I had with Kerry Pothast, and she was talking about how competitive she is. And I mean, you can't get to winning a gold medal if you're not competitive and super competitive. So that means that she's also competitive in her business as well, because she has this winning mindset. And I think not enough of us have that hunger and winning mindset to do, super well and keep doing really well. And it's funny that we're like that when some of the most highly paid people on the planet and the most highly respected people that we seem to have on the planet are sports people. They're not necessarily the smartest people in the world, but they're hardworking, they're driven, and they're good at their craft. I mean, I think like a good example of that is like our Aussie rules football. I mean, I'm sure they're changing the face of the game, but there's plenty of people that aren't that intelligent that play the sport and do really well with the sport, and they make extremely stupid life decisions. And yet these are people that, because they can kick a ball and have that skill set, that we put them on a pedestal higher than maybe somebody that's a fantastic painter, an artist, an author, a scientist, the true brains of our society. It's a sportsman instead. But I think it's making sure that you're having fun along the way. But I love the fact that the kids are driven as well. I mean, they're not obsessive about it, but I love the fact that they are driven to want to do better and driven to succeed. I think being part of a team is really cool as well. Being part of that camaraderie, celebrating, etc., etc. I think that's a fantastic quality for them to have. So I'm going to pause this now on that note because we're going to go in to do the presentations in a little while, and I don't want to miss that. And we'll let you know how we're going after that. All right, see you soon. All right, so the cheerleading is all done, and we had a great result, a great day today. So Olivia, she came second in her division, which was a really fantastic outcome. Her first competition, and couldn't be more proud of her. She's really happy about it. And I think all round we've had a good day. It's a long day though by the time we get to the end, and I guess I was pleased to see that I only saw a couple of the kids not making wise food choices. So after I'd done my presentations and so forth on eating for performance, I only saw a couple of kids having some chips, and to be honest, I didn't really see many other kids eating, but I did see one young girl. She was having a fruit salad, which was nice, a fresh fruit salad. And so tomorrow, we're going to have the older kids performing. So Emily will be performing, and the high standard kids will be performing tomorrow. So heading back in we're home now, and a long day. But heading back in early tomorrow morning and hear to watch the guys perform. And girls, Emily doesn't perform till mid-afternoon. So it's going to be a long afternoon, a long day again. And I think they've all done really well today. First competition, so Amelia got a first and Olivia got a second. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. So well done to everybody today. Great effort, and we'll talk again tomorrow. Bye for now.